Fall camp, day 7, practice 6. Really good work day. There's some good things on offense, good things on defense. Red zone, defense did a great job, 2-minute. Good job there, end of half. Offense getting points. Ball was on the ground too much. Any questions?
When you say ball was on the ground too much, is that drops, is that fumbles, or both?
I think just combination. Yeah, defense made a good play in Skelly. Some of the meshes, just things we can control, self-inflicted penalties and things that we can control on offense.
Where do you feel like things stand with the quarterbacks and the timeline for making that decision?
Yeah, we got to keep watching it. We get more situations. We got the end of half, right? And we'll get into game here shortly. We'll get the scrimmage on Saturday, and that's going to be really, really critical. We got to make sure we stay on schedule on offense, and it really starts with the quarterback.
There are a couple guys who you've really kind of seen show up day after day to this point through 6 days.
It's the guys you expect, right? I would say Tony Freeman, right? Kirby Voorhees, Max Woods, Daniel Blood, right? Who I think I acclimated very quickly this spring on defense. The edges, the linebackers. I thought Keith Brown and Jira did a really good job yesterday stopping the run, and that continued today.
What have you made of Keith's fall camp so far?
Just really good job communicating. And you're the centerpiece, right? You got the mic. Coach Bray does a great job with those guys with the volume of defense and different schemes that we want to run on first down, second down, third down. I think he just does a really good job of verbal combat pre-snap and executing.
I want to ask about that term, verbal combat. You've used it 1,000 times. What does that mean to you guys?
Just communication. We should be competing with the other side of the ball, who's louder, right? And that communication, it's only going to get louder. We go from practice to scrimmages to home games to away games. We got to make sure every one of our teammates can hear us. And you can never assume, and that's something we got to work at every snap.
Let's ask about Bo Baker. He's missed a few practices now. What's his status?
Yeah, he's got a mild kind of foot sprain there. I think he's working through, so he should be back here quickly.
Coach, what's kind of the main goal for both sides of the ball on Saturday, and what are you really hoping to see them when they're full go live?
Keep it simple, execute, guys play fast. Big thing is alignment, assignment technique, fundamentals showing up, situational football, guys learning from hopefully the situations that happen during the week and those carrying over to Saturday and just letting the guys play. We got to keep it simple on offense and defense and see who shows up.
I wanted to ask about both Isaiah Hung and DJ Warner. What have you seen from those guys and maybe pushing their way into more playing time at the linebacker position?
Two great guys to bring up. DJ and Isaiah first do a really good job operating. The training room opens at 7 o'clock. They are pounding on the training room door at 6:45. And just their level of taking care of their bodies on a day-to-day basis, being in the film room with Coach Bray, I think that showed up more and more, meeting extra, doing more than what's expected. That's one thing we talk about all the time, and it's showing up on the field.
Coach, with it being the first day of pads, I'm just wondering, from a coaching staff perspective, how does that help you guys? I mean, is it just getting a better look, or how does
we all need just as many reps as the players, right? In terms of all being on the same page, offense, defense, mic, situations, a lot of play-its. When maybe it's first down, second down, play third, red zone, play it there from the 15, end of half. And there's some really good things, and then some lessons learned that we're going to take and make sure that doesn't happen again.
How does this offensive line look like they've meshed together? I know they've got the 3 guys that have came back and have played here for forever, but how are they?
Still an ongoing process. Do think we ran the ball much better today in the team run period, starting off. Yesterday we had a short yardage period. I thought the defense did a really good job there, so the response was awesome. Thought protecting the quarterback is still something. We got to be able to run the football and protect the quarterback throughout games this fall.
We've seen a lot of the on-field competition between different position groups, offense, defense. How do you see that manifesting in the coaching staff between those two staffs?
Yeah, everyone's super competitive, right? And naturally you got a little bit of probably optimism leaving the field or something like, gosh dang, right? And we all got to learn from it. We all write down our lessons learned, myself included. And so that's going to continue every day, right? We want to make sure there is obviously periods that are scripted, but there's a lot of call-outs. That's how the game, we're going to have to adjust, adapt, improvise in a lot of different situations.
For coordinators in particular, Trent and Matt, iron sharpens iron in that situation, I imagine, but what have you seen from that kind of matchup on the field?
They have a ton of dialogue off the field, right? Hey, this was really good what you guys did, offense, defense. They're probably up there eating lunch today, and I think that's the camaraderie we want between our coordinators.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Go Cougs.
You're in the fall camp, about a weekend now. What's going really well for you and your unit?
I think we're just, as the days go on, we're just gelling together really well. Today, I think you saw the energy was pretty good, so we're just harping on that a lot, bring good energy, and lift the team.
Tempo seems to be a huge emphasis for this offense. How do you see that sharpening your skills?
I just got to be ready. I mean, better condition and play faster, Just be able to go out there and play free, not to think about too much.
From the communication aspect, how is that kind of pressed in the various situations that you're in, especially tempo?
I mean, you just got to know the situation, know what's going on, and be clear, and then, just play free.
Obviously, there's position battles up and down the line. You've got Noah and Kyle both trying out at center. What do you notice about their skills, and what makes them both good communicators and good linemen?
I think they're just really good students of the game. They know the game really well, so either way, you can play next to both of them and, feel comfortable.
Having you guys on the offensive line, some of the guys that return, you and Johnny and some of these guys, how big is that for this upcoming season?
I think it's a pretty big deal. I mean, we all, like I said, we play well next to each other. So anyway, mix it up. Like, we all know each other well, and we know what to expect.
Does it matter who's behind you throwing the ball or running the ball? Like, it's just full ahead?
I mean, they're all great competitors, and they're battling out right now. They're all good guys. So I mean, best man wins. So I think they're all good, and they're all fit for the job.
I guess now being in full pads, that's got to be something exciting for you guys to kind of let loose a little bit more physicality.
Right.
So I guess now as you guys ramp up in fall camp, just how exciting was today as you look forward to Saturday especially?
I mean, like I said, that energy was great today. So it shouldn't change just because of pads, but today the energy was felt for sure, and the offense did pretty well.
And just what's it been like going against this defensive line? I mean, Linus and Matthias have obviously gotten some headlines, and some of those other guys as well. What's that been like so far in fall camp?
I mean, it just pushes me. The better those guys are, the better I get. And, seeing those guys every day, I learn what to expect and how to win against them.
Does it change anything in your footwork, your technique, when you have Julian in there versus Owen and Kane, just right versus left-handed?
No, it's not really. It's the same thing, pretty much.
What have you kind of seen out of Chris Lino, kind of working at the number 2 left tackle spot behind you?
I mean, he's pushing us. I think he took some. I think he took guard reps today too. But he's doing a great job. He's following the coaching and just being the right type of teammate.
Playing next to Kyle now, I know Noah, Johnny a lot, excuse me, in the spring. Is that again? Does it just kind of feel like a pretty seamless transition just for the guy that you know?
Yeah, it's easy. I mean, we all, like I said, know each other well and know what to expect, and they're all great players, so it's easy.
I heard you're one of the best fishers on the team.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the case, or how does that all come together?
I mean, we got a lot of guys that like to go fishing out here, so I mean, I wouldn't say I was the best, but I go pretty often.
Who do you think is like the best 2 or 3 on the team?
Best 2 or 3 on the team? I'd put myself up there, and then probably Max. He likes to go surgeon fishing a lot. P3 actually likes to go fishing a lot too, so I'd say those few guys, yeah.
You mentioned Matthias and Linus getting some of the pub, but I'm wondering if there's any DNs that we haven't talked about as much that you feel like are giving you guys a good push.
Yeah, I'd probably say Malachi and Ben Beatty. They're doing a great job. They got long arms, they got a high motor, so they're great players, and I think they'll see the field this year too.
I got a still question for you. I don't know if you saw this, but Akron is doing this thing where they're choosing a random season ticket holder to script their opening drive of their first game, which is kind of crazy. If you got a chance to do that, what would your first drive to Akron look like?
What my first drive look like?
On offense.
Just run the ball the entire time. Just run the ball. Yeah. Sweet. All right, thank you guys.
Jeremiah, tell me kind of what you made of your fall camp and just kind of the safety overall so far.
So far, I feel like it's been a good camp. I feel like we've been improving constantly every single day, pushing each other in the safety room. I feel like we have a lot of talent, able to go multiple groups. So just seeing one group make a play makes you want to make a play. So I feel like we've been doing pretty good, handling what the coaches want us to do, and just taking it day by day. That's all you can do.
Tell me about the dynamic of facing 2 different quarterbacks a lot of times,
Mm-hmm.
being a lefty. What's been that challenge, and what's been, facing those guys?
I feel like they're all talented, and they all have their kind of different play styles, So as a safety, you kind of have to keep that in mind. Keep it like Duggar, for say, he's more of a QB run guy, so I'm on high alert when he's at QB. Or Pinnock, they run a lot of boots with him, quick game, and he likes a lot of off-platform throws. So you kind of just got to understand the personnel, their tendencies, and then just react off of that.
As a the safety that we saw certainly likes to hit based on what we saw in the spring. How much are you looking forward to the opportunity to do that on Saturday in the scrimmage?
I can't wait, honestly. I feel like going throughout this, we don't have too many opportunities as a safety, to really thud. But when I do get those live reps, I always want to take full advantage because that's my practice for the game. So just working my angles in practice when I can't thud or, go live. But when I do get that opportunity, just going full speed and taking those opportunities.
Talk about the depth in your unit. We see 6, 7 guys getting reps every day.
Definitely.
What do you guys feel like you kind of teach each other, and how do you kind of all find the balance and finding opportunities?
I feel like we can all learn from each other. We're all we have the older guys of the room, we have the more vets, and then you have the younger guys. So everyone's just bouncing off ideas and communicating with each other and just pushing each other. I feel like when we're out there, we can go out there with any of us. I feel like we're all talented, whether that be me and JT, me and Jack, me and Jay Sean, Trey Ridley. I mean, KP, it doesn't matter. Like, we're all talented and we can all make plays for sure.
What have you liked most about Coach Bray's defense, and has it kind of lived up to what you expected when you decided to come here?
Oh, most definitely. I love how fast we can play. I feel like it makes a lot of the run fits easier for me when your linebackers are just flying over the top and the ball's cut back straight to you. So I love that part of it. I feel like there's help everywhere, and we're all, once you get it down, I feel like we can all play as one. And it's just a great scheme. And I feel like overall let me redo that. My fault. No, let me think. Overall, because I don't want to give out, too much stuff. Definitely.
Smart guy.
Yeah. All right, just ask again. I got you.
Your overall, what you like about Coach Bray's defense and being able to fly around a little bit.
No, yeah, so definitely. Like I said, definitely the linebackers being able to just play fast as a team, as a defense. We're all racing to cut stuff off, and, it makes the running lanes a lot easier for me. And then just our communication, and he keeps it simple. So you're not out there thinking. You're out there just playing and playing fast.
And what have you kind of liked watching the edges and the D-line so far? And how much does that maybe help you guys when they're in the backfield?
Yeah, every single play, yeah. So it makes it a lot easier for us, as you know, like as a DB, when you got a great D-line, you only need 3-4 seconds. So it's really just being body on body when the quarterback's reaching the top of his drop and he's looking. But those guys up front make it a lot easier for us. They're playing fast, they're playing hard, and making plays consistently.
You kind of talked about how you guys don't get to thud very much, especially being safety.
Yeah.
But I mean, today, what was the energy? What was the feel? How does it feel that finally have pads?
It feels great. I feel like that's what we all want. We all here to play football, and I feel like the contact is something I love. So I feel like that's another way. If I make a hit, one of my teammates makes a hit, it just brings energy to the team, makes it have fun, and makes us play better.
Obviously, inter-team competition is a big deal. You guys got ice cream a couple days ago.
Yeah.
When you look at just what that dynamic is like and how much success the defense has had early on, how much confidence does that give you, and what does that look like in the room, and what's maybe some of the trash talk that's going on?
Yes, always compete. I feel like that's one of the mantras or like goals we have here is always to compete. So I feel like every day coming out here, getting challenged, we have a lot of great receivers. So as a DB myself, that's challenging us. But overall, as a defense, I feel like we've been answering the challenge pretty good and just stepping up every day and just when we do have those slow little mess-ups or any mistakes, just getting back to it and getting together as a group and communicating because that's all you can do. Next play mindset, for sure.
Coach Burns, obviously a coach you're familiar with. What do you appreciate about working with him and the mentorship that he provides?
Coach Burns, he's a great coach. I feel like he's extremely detailed, and I feel like that was the biggest thing I felt like from last year to this year that I wanted to grow as personally is my details. So he helps me stay on all the little details, any little formations, the one-offers, anything like that. He keeps me locked in and focused for sure.
What was your first impression of him?
Definitely, he was a cool guy. Like, if you want to be honest, they told me a little about his backstory and where he came from. So I'm like, damn, I got a legendary coach almost. Like, but it's cool. It's been cool to like learn him and get closer with him because he's still a regular guy like the rest of us. But he's up here, very advanced, very intelligent, and can teach you a lot for sure.
You have a coaching staff like this that's kind of diverse in ages. Obviously, we've got Kirby Moore,
yeah.
guys, and then you've got Coach Burns
Mm-hmm.
and that experience. What kind of environment does that create for you guys and the benefits of having those different perspectives?
I feel like it's great because with the younger coaches, they bring the energy. But then when you have the older coaches, they can bring the detail and the discipline. And then having Coach Burns be a coach that played here before, he can bring us and teach us a little bit about the tradition and, just keeps us all together as one. So we can truly, especially with a lot of transfers, I feel like understand the history of the school and what we're truly playing for.
I got one more for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very silly question. But, I don't know if you saw this, but Akron is doing this thing this season where they're choosing a random season ticket holder.
Okay.
And whoever wins gets to draw up their first drive of their first game.
Whoa, okay.
So let's say you get a chance to do that. What does your first drive at Akron look like?
Are we saying like offense?
On offense,
Defense?
yeah.
All right. My first drive as an offensive coach, let me think how I would attack it. I would say definitely start with some quick game, get the ball moving, maybe an outside run or something, and then once we get a first down or something, maybe like an in-breaker crosser, and then on that second and short play, we're going to take a shot. And then after that, play on from there. For sure. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.